There we go. That was Twisting My Sobriety there. Right, I'm lucky enough to be joined by Rebecca Saxton in the studio.
Hi.
Hi, Rebecca. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm excited.
Excellent. For those that don't know, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am a local person. I moved away for a bit to study. I went to Hertfordshire Theatre School. I went to... I did a postgraduate diploma up there in music, performing arts and things like that. But then I moved back down here and I've been working on my music, primarily funk and soul kind of music.
And soul.
Yeah, it's very poppy, very happy music.
What got you into music?
I've always loved music. When I was a child, I was always surrounded by music. My dad played the piano, was always playing everything from, you know, the ragtime and John Lennon to Wagner, Tchaikovsky, the rest of it. And my mum was always playing guitar and singing, and there was always music at school, music in the church, music. There was just music everywhere. So I just loved it. That's how, you know.
Excellent. Yeah, I got to say, I love music as well. But you're surrounded by music like that, with the piano, guitar, everything.
Exactly, yeah.
So have you got a particular taste? You say ragtime?
I love ragtime music. I love Scott Joplin. I love jazz. All kinds of jazz. Free jazz especially, or some people call, you know, lounge jazz and things like that. I love that.
I've got to say, I'm jazz. I don't mind it. Miles Davis.
Yes.
I've got to say, some of his stuff is amazing. The way when he plays, it's brilliant.
Exactly.
It's brilliant. What else do you do? Have you got? Are you working at all?
I am at the moment. Yeah, I used to work as an actress, and I used to work in radio, sort of part time.
Yeah.
And in between those contracts, I was doing everything from care work to cleaning. And at the moment, I do private PA work with 3 individuals. Yeah,
that's rewarding. What kind of acting were you doing?
Mainly heavy stuff, really, actually. I was going to say, I trained in musical theatre, and then I ended up doing really heavy stuff. So I did a lot of theatre and education, actually, which strangely I found most rewarding, because you'd think I'd like the theatres and stuff. But actually, I preferred going into the schools.
All right, and what? And it's just like drama.
Yeah. We used to do plays. I mean, I've done musicals in theatres and stuff as well.
Yeah.
But the schools was something different, because we went into mainly troubled schools, and you're with all the naughty kids, and know they will throw a chair at you, or yes, seriously, honestly. Some of the teachers are just as bad. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
And it was wonderful to see the transformation, actually, because you're doing this hard-hitting play, and they're all like, yeah, whatever. By the end of it, some of them are crying, you know, and it's nice to actually see that you hit home with a few things.
Yeah. So, like you get a result at the end of it.
Exactly. So that was kind of cool. Yeah.
Brilliant. So you've brought out a couple of tracks, haven't you?
Yeah, the first track, My Time, and I have released stuff before, but it was through other people, their tracks and stuff like that. But these 2 tracks, My Time and Only One For Me, are my babies.
Okay. And My Time, what's it about?
When you have been in a dark place, or even if it's just not particularly dark, but just you've been working hard for so long and you can't see the result, and My Time is about, you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you think, actually, do you know what, my time is coming around, it's here, it's now, I'm going to grab the opportunity, today's a new day. You've got to look forward, and no matter where you've been before, there's always another chance to get it right. Just it's that kind of positive. Yeah,
the momentum.
Yeah. Just building momentum. That's it. Yeah. That's it. My time is coming around. I will get there. That sort of thing.
Excellent. We'll carry on with that. Shall I stick it on?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
I was once a lonely girl.
Cool. What a fantastic track.
Thank you.
That's amazing. So you wrote that yourself from...
I came up with the sort of the chords. I went up to London and I said, I've got this idea, but I'm not really sure it needs something. And I just came up with the basic chords on the piano.
Yeah.
And some words. And the producer, Tommy, he's amazing, and he clicked with it immediately. So he was like, oh my goodness, yeah, we could build on this. So he did a lot musically on the track. Yeah
That's Tom E. Run. Yeah.
Tom E. Run. Yeah
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And so you just built it, like you were in the studio, you just built it up from...
yeah basically.
Fantastic. Did you say you've had mental health issues yourself, which has obviously influenced a lot of the stuff you've done? Can you tell us a little about,
sure,
if you don't mind?
No, it's fine. Well, I was first diagnosed with depression and obsessive compulsive disorder when I was 7.
7?
And that's when I was first medicated. Yeah.
Really? That's really young.
It is, yeah. I didn't realise until recently when I was going for something and I needed my medical, and it was on there, and I was like, wow, it was 7. Okay.
Blimey.
So, I mean... yeah, it was pretty bad. OCD, I mean, it took over my life. It was... it was extreme. I mean, I would be pulling zips up and stuff till my fingers bled. It was absolutely insane.
Do you remember it at that age?
I do, yeah.
Blimey. And obviously, I take it your parents took you to get, and you got diagnosed.
Yeah, I went to psychologists twice a week. But I remember I didn't like it very much. And I locked myself in the car and refused to go in, and that was the end of that.
I've got to say, I've never particularly liked psychologists, but and then obviously growing up, that must have affected you quite a bit. But you got through it, obviously. I mean, how did you cope, really? Well,
I was very frightened, and being a child, you don't realise that you're different, so you don't realise necessarily that it's a problem. You just know that you're different. If you just find that you're finding things difficult rather than different from other people, so you just put up with things, I think. And I heard voices when I was a child. And of course people think, kids have imaginary friends and nightmares and all the rest of it, but I think when these voices lasted right up until adulthood, they thought, hang on a second, maybe she's and I still hear voices, and I still have flare-ups of OCD and stuff. It's just part of who I am, and I think I got through it. I never got over it, because I don't think you do ever get over stuff. No,
of course, but
you learn to work through it.
Yeah, and I say you don't. I suppose you don't know any different, really, because being so young and that, you've just grown up with it. And with the OCD, what sort of things? Obviously, you said your zips and that.
Yeah.
I mean, I do little things like I always go back and see if the fridge is shut. I do that about 3 or 4 times. But are you still suffering with OCD now?
I wouldn't say I'm suffering with it. I still have. I've managed to reduce it now, so it doesn't really affect my life as much. I still have to take my makeup off in a certain way and clean myself in a certain way. But once it's done, it's done. I'm quite good like that. Yeah. But it used to take over my life, absolutely everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a certain way. It's the correct way, really. No. So with the psychosis as well. I know what that's like. You get everyone asks me, are the voices in your head or outside your head? And you're like, oh. But what else have you done to sort of cope with it now? You're on a lot of medication and bits and bobs.
I go through the medication on like a cycle, because as you know, after 3 years or so, it stops having that effect. So I've kind of been on everything at the moment. I'm on just 150 milligrams of sertraline, so I still got a little bit to go if I feel like I need to go up. And then I take quetiapine at night. And that's really cool as well. That helps me a lot. Yeah, it's like a holiday in a pill. It's amazing.
I got that one.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
So,
but you also suffered from anorexia.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
And was that at a young age as well?
Not really. Well, I suppose not a child. No, I was finishing my university degree, so it must have started when I was about 20, and I think it stemmed from when I was 17. I had an incident, the sort of quite traumatic, but at the time I didn't deal with it. I just went on through life, and I didn't even speak about it or say anything, and it didn't bother me, genuinely didn't bother me, until I started having flashbacks, and I thought that I was drowning, and I would be walking across like the road or something and not breathing and not seeing where I was going because I was flashbacking to when I was nearly drowning. And
so sorry, that was
PTSD. Yeah.
Blimey.
And so I not dealt with it from 17 years to about 20, and then at the same time I was trying to finish my degree. My great aunt was dying, and it got too much for me, and that became my coping mechanism.
Yeah. You're telling me this story, and you sound like relaxed and confident now. Yeah. But loads of things are popping up there. That are,
I know.
Happening in your life, and it must be such a scramble. But you've got through it and that, and you're here, and you've obviously you're doing your music and you're working, and it's like you're carrying on with a normal life, but you still got all this stuff to deal with. It's absolutely amazing how you're doing it. Let's play another track. Who's influenced you?
So many people have influenced me. I think Michael Jackson is my absolute all-time favourite because I was obsessed with him as a child. I had quite a lot of obsessions, and Michael was one of them. Mainly because, apart from he had that big black gospel sound in things like Man in the Mirror and Earth Song, and just such a wonderful big sound. But he introduced me to things that were outside myself. So he spoke about the world and politics and all of that kind of stuff. So he was escapism to me. So he really influenced me. And people like all of the Motown artists and Ray Charles as well, which I believe you're going to play a track of his now. Ray Charles really inspired me, not just because I love especially his piano playing, but he overcame adversities himself, not just with being blind, but being black at a time when it was, the extreme racism. And I really, I suppose, he inspired me. I thought, well, if he can do it after everything he's been through, I'm going to give it a go.
Excellent. Let's play it. This is Ray Charles, What I'd Say. Here we go, Ray Charles there with What I'd Say. Right, what are you up to at the moment, Rebecca, with your music?
At the moment, I am trying to write so I complete an album. So I've got loads of songs half finished. Loads half done? Loads of half done, yeah. So I'm going to meet up with Tommy again this year, and start piecing together some more songs. So I've got more to kind of showcase.
You've got 2 completed ones at the moment. And how many are you going to have on the album? Do you know yet?
I don't know. I really don't know, because I've got about at least 7 more that need to be looked at by him. But I mean, I don't know. It depends.
Just as it comes on.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm trying not to do an album as such. I'm more just releasing singles. I think that'll be the easiest way of doing it.
Yeah. And then just have it on the
put them together when they.
Are they gonna? Is it all influenced by your life and
pretty much
what's been going on? Because you were just telling me a little bit in the when we were playing that song, and it's absolutely amazing how you've got to where you are now. And we're going to have you back at some point.
Thank you.
If you're up for it, because sure. We'll go into a little bit more depth about your story and that. But with your music, I mean, just on your own, you're writing that. You're gonna see Tommy this year?
Hopefully, we've been in touch, so yeah.
We've only got 2.5 months.
I know.
Something like that.
Things he's really busy. I'm really busy. It's really hard to kind of hook up. But.
Yeah. So, what's you're married at the moment, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent. Happily?
Yes. still. It's only been 2 years, so.
Oh, 2 years. 2 years. You passed the honeymoon period, so if it's going well, then it's all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. So, have you played live at anywhere? Yeah.
I have, not locally. I did a lot in London.
Yeah.
But down here is actually quite new territory for me, really. I'm doing the Chichester festivities next year. It runs.
Where's that? Is that in the festival theatre?
No. It's around the Ox Market and things like that. Yeah. So that'll be running from mid-June to mid-July. So I'm going to be a part of that.
Right. I don't think I've ever been to one of those. What is it? Just like
It's a month festival, and I'll tell you, when I've got the brochure and everything's put together, because it'll come out, I think, March time, they said.
Yeah.
So I'll come back, and basically they've got loads of live music and art all over the place of Chichester. So
brilliant.
I'll be able to give you some solid dates and gigs and stuff.
Excellent. You're going to play there, but you've not played at any local bars or anything?
Not recently, no. I did a lot growing up, and then I moved away and did it all London-based because it was just so easy.
Yeah. Whereabouts in Hertfordshire were you doing your
Hitchin? That's where I was studying.
Hitchin?
Yeah.
No, I can't picture Hitchin. Name somewhere where it was near.
Luton?
I think I know that.
Luton, Hertfordshire, Bedfordshire.
I know Luton. Yeah, I know Luton.
It was only like a stone's throw away from Luton, really.
Yeah. Because I was in Buckinghamshire, which is pretty close. So yeah. So how long were you there for? You did
about 2 years, I think.
2 years. And back. So a lot of moving around.
Yeah, exactly. And then I moved to Leeds, and that didn't work out, so I came back here.
Oh yeah. I've been to Leeds.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. At least you're in the nice part of the country at the moment.
Exactly. Yeah.
Excellent. Your second song that you brought out. What's that one about?
That's about my husband, actually. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's about the excitement you feel when you first meet someone, basically.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, you can't sleep. Palpitations.
Yeah.
Along with all your other normal things, you're thinking, is it medication? But excellent. So, what's it called?
Only One for Me.
See.
What a fantastic tune. I bet
Thank you.
Your husband's chuffed with that, obviously.
He's well chuffed, yeah. It's his anthem.
I bet he's got it in the car playing. It's brilliant. So at the moment, obviously, I've got to say, music for me is like a great escapism.
Yeah.
Like, I've got to say, every morning, if I wake up and I'm really down, I often wake up and I'm like, I have to listen to music for like 2 hours. Yeah. And then I'm all right.
Yeah.
Are you the same?
I'm exactly the same. Exactly the same. Takes me 2 hours just to be out the house. Absolutely.
Yeah, you've just got hold of a record player as well, haven't you?
I have, yeah. And I've got all the old vinyl. I've got Nat King Cole. I've got Etta James. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to play it. And we have no speakers.
Oh, we're going to have to try and sort you out some speakers. Excellent. So at the moment, what's a typical day like for you?
Well, when I'm working, it's fine because when I'm doing my PA work, because I'm always so busy with them and making sure they're okay, etc., etc. And also, they are so inspiring. I mean, they're physically disabled, and they are so inspiring that they really put things into perspective for me. Yeah,
you've got 3 people that you care for, haven't you?
Yes, yeah.
And is that a 5 day a week thing, or how's that? Well,
it's sort of 5 day, 6 day evenings, whatever, really, whenever they want. It's all over the place because I basically fit in around their lifestyle.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, which is cool, and they do the same for me.
Do you get it if like they go on holiday?
Occasionally, occasionally. But unfortunately, they've got really good families, so they don't always need me, which is a shame. But I know, selfish, nice. Right?
Excellent. Yeah, and they're all local as well. And so how long have you been with them? Have you had the same people for
about 5 years? Yeah.
Yeah. So you get up, and what's your mood like in the morning when you get up?
Oh my goodness! In the morning, I wake up and I think, sun's shining. It's brilliant. This is so good. And literally seconds later, it's like a weight has hit my stomach, and I feel so depressed.
Yeah.
And I think, I can't face the day. I just feel so bad. And then it's hard to get out of bed, and it'll take me about half an hour just to say, come on, get up, you've got to go to work. And then my head is buzzing with thoughts. I need to do this, I need to do the ironing, I need to do this, I need to blah, 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 blah. I should be doing this, I shouldn't be doing this, I need to write some music. And I can't even put one foot in front of the other. I can't decide whether, do I eat breakfast, do I have a shower? So I end up doing nothing.
Your head's so busy.
I can't work out how to get out of the house, which sounds strange.
It's crazy that you wake up in a good mood and then it suddenly hits you. What does it come over you, like a wash, like a cold sort of? Oh,
and it changes in minutes. It just cycles in minutes. Like people with, I've got a friend, she's got bipolar, and her mood cycles in weeks and months. Well, borderline personality disorders, they cycle in minutes and hours. So it's literally all over the place. I'll be driving to work and I'll be really, really happy because I've got Earth, Wind and Fire in my car and it's all, groovy and everything. And then something could happen, like I'll get a text message from my mum, for example, and I haven't even read it yet. And I'm thinking something awful's happened, oh my goodness, and I have palpitations and a panic attack. And sometimes that feeling won't go until lunchtime, maybe, and there's nothing wrong. I read the message, there's nothing wrong, but anything can shake my mood for the better or the worse. So
you get you go through a whole scenario in your head. You can think of something, the simplest thing, and then you go, and it always ends up in a really bad situation in your head, and you're thinking, that's the worst that could happen, and that could happen. But what do you do to pull yourself out of it? You say you've got Earth, Wind and Fire, but I mean, I know this station isn't, political and religious, and that's fine. I have a Christian faith, and knowing that God is bigger than me helps, and praying helps, and just knowing that He is bigger than me, and that I can just sit still and let this chaos just whirl around me, and I will be okay because of Him. That helps me. Excellent.
And watering my garden. I know it sounds really old lady like, right?
Yeah.
But
it doesn't.
Seriously, if I come in from work, I can't think, like, what do I do first? And honestly, my husband, he despairs of me, because I will bring the shopping in and I will go to put it in the freezer, but before I've got to the freezer, I will have put my bags down and taken my shoes off, and then seen that the birdhouse needs fixing, so I'll go and fix the birdhouse, and then halfway between that I'll see the cat needs feeding, so then I'll stop that and I'll feed the cat, and he'll come in half an hour later and go, the shopping is still not put away. It's just chaos in our living room because I can't think of one thing. So first thing I do when I come in, I don't know what I'll do in the winter, but in the summer was I'd water all of my pots, and that would take about half an hour, and by the time I'd done that I'd be able to think, okay, first job's job, this is what I do, and I'll be able to order stuff. But I can't just walk into a situation and unless I have a clear, this is my number one thing to do. If I haven't got that number one thing to do, then it's just chaos.
It sounds it.
It is. I can't cook for that reason.
Because you get halfway through it and then it starts saying,
yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
And then it burns. I know, it's bad.
You've got a few links in that, because you have been very, very, very busy. I can see you've got Facebook, Twitter, YouTube.
Yeah.
We're going to put these up on our site. But is there any links that you wanna share?
I think Facebook and Twitter are my main ones, and that's at Rebecca E. Saxton, and that's Saxton Saxton. So you can find me Facebook and Twitter at Rebecca E. Saxton. You can find me on YouTube if you just put Rebecca Saxton in and put My Time, Only One For Me, you'll find me there. And if you want to download the tracks or stream the tracks, you can find it for free on YouTube, but I'd really like it if you bought it for 99p.
Shouldn't have said the YouTube.
You can find me on Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, Xbox Music, Google Play. Just type me in and you'll find me.
Everywhere.
I'm there. Everywhere.
Excellent. We're going to play another track from someone else that has influenced you. I've got to say, this is going to sound bad, but I've heard of her name, but I couldn't think of any music when I saw her. It's Paloma Faith.
Yes. Yeah.
And what is it that you like about her? Is it that? It's what era was she from?
She's from my. She's from now. She's from now. She's like one of the few people that I actually like musically now, because I like all of the old stuff really, but I really like her now, and I like the fact that she's got a unique voice and a unique sound.
Yeah.
And I get the impression that she was a bit of an outsider, a bit quirky and a bit different. I like I said, I had to overcome some obstacles herself. So apart from the music and her voice being amazing, I think her as a person is pretty cool as well.
Brilliant. Okay, I'm going to play the track. I've picked this out.
Mm-hmm.
It's Make Your Own Kind of Music.
Yes!
There you go. That was your Make Your Own Kind of Music there.
That's one of my favourite songs. I think that's a cover, actually.
Is it?
I think so. I could be wrong.
Do you know who did it?
I think I've got a feeling it's from the 60s, but I could be wrong. It's just something that clicked with me while she was singing it. I thought, oh, I kind of recognise that from before.
Excellent. What are you up to for the rest of the week?
I am working with my guys, which is always a good thing, and writing music. Basically, that's my life.
Excellent. You got anything? You working the weekend?
Some of the weekend. So yeah, I get Sunday off, which is good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So you're going to just chill out on a Sunday?
Yeah, I write music. My husband's at work in the morning, so that's my time to get the keyboard out and sing and write and everything. And then he comes home and we just chill out.
Excellent. So you play the keyboard?
Yeah, I play the flute as well, but I haven't picked that up in about 11 years. I really should do that.
That would be cool to have that on the track.
Yeah, I will try.
Yeah, I can't think of any tracks with a flute. There are.
Yeah.
But I can't think of any.
And it's really cool because I did it at school and it really confuses people, because you go up there with a flute, right?
Yeah.
And then you start singing and they're like, what?
Did you start singing with a...
Yeah, like I would sing and then the instrumental break would come on and then I'd just start playing.
Oh, cool.
And then I'd just put the flute down and start singing.
Oh, brilliant.
So, yeah, I'd quite like to pick that up again, but yeah, it's just time, isn't it?
Yeah. Sounds
Can't do everything.
Yeah, your head is so busy and you've got loads of things that you want to do.
I know.
They all sound amazing. We are going to have you back. Please come back.
Thank you. I'd love to.
Because you've got a really amazing story and I'd love to go a little bit more into depth with that.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's absolutely fantastic. But it has been a real pleasure having you here today. And excellent. We're going to play you out with the tune, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Yeah, it's one of his best. And it still sounds fresh today, which is amazing.
Excellent. Well, take care.
Thank you.
And I'll see you soon.
See you next time.
Yeah.